Today I have 5 fragrances that I highly recommend. They're an absolute must try and they are from 5 different brands that I think you should explore if you haven't done so already. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first on my list is a fragrance I acquired in the very early stages of my YouTube journey. It's a fragrance that took me a little while to understand. So this is Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. So Shaghaf Oud I've had for quite some time now. Swiss Arabian makes amazing fragrances. There are so many fragrances that I absolutely love from the brand. As the name suggests, this one is Oud, Rose, Praline and Vanilla combo. Very reminiscent of Oud Bouquet. So this would be classified as an Oud Gourmand fragrance basically. So to me it's very intense, it is very rich, it makes a statement, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is not for everyone. If fragrances with a very strong composition kind of like throws you off a little bit, then I would say proceed with caution. You just need a little bit of this fragrance. A little bit goes a very, very long way. When you first spray it, it packs a punch, but it mellows out, and the woodiness, the praline, the floral notes, you get all of it. It is so gorgeous, so beautiful. If you are an oud lover and you haven't tried this, I recommend it. Now, if you are a little scared of the intensity of this fragrance, you can mellow it down with fragrances that have that gourmand side to it, like a vanilla-based fragrance, to really tone it down. But I love how it performs. You do get those contrasted notes to make it beautiful, gorgeous, and absolutely unique and different. This performs amazingly in the cooler temperatures. It will stand out. I highly recommend Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. It is unisex, but I honestly feel like it leans just a little more on the feminine side. People might disagree, but I do feel like it is just a tinge more feminine leaning. The next one broke the internet, had the girls in a chokehold, worthy of mention because it is so good. So this is Eclaire by Lattafa. It was very, very hard to really narrow it down and choose one. I have so many that I love from the brand, but Eclaire really came out last year and disrupted basically the fragrance community. It is affordable. It smells amazing. It is a gourmand lover's dream. This one is giving us warm, cozy gourmand. Just to give you an idea of the composition, we have caramel, milk, and sugar in the top. Sweet, delicious, creamy yumminess, right? Then it has some floral notes in the heart and honey. So it gets thicker, richer, more indulgent as we go through the notes. And then there's vanilla, praline, and musk in the base to really just bring everything together. So this is just a gourmand fragrance through and through. The floral notes are very subtle in this one. The gourmand notes stand out. They make a statement, super delicious. This has often been compared to Bianco Latte, which I did get a sample of, and let me tell you, identical, at least on my skin. So if you were wanting Bianco Latte and you felt like it was just too pricey, for under $60, and it depends on the retailer, you might get it even cheaper. Eclaire just really checks all the boxes and it is super delicious. And yeah, you will smell like a snack, a very sexy snack. It is so good, so yummy, delicious. The longevity is amazing. Lattafa never disappoints. Simply put, when you buy a fragrance from these brands that I'm mentioning today, you're gonna get an amazing composition. You're gonna get something that performs well, and you're gonna get something that smells great. I've received PR from so many brands. I've purchased so many fragrances on my own. I have a pretty eclectic collection, meaning I have super high end and I go all the way down to the $14 fragrance at TJ Maxx. True story. At the end of the day, if it smells good and I enjoy it, I will wear it regardless of the price. And this one is a stellar option. A fragrance brand that I have had a very long-standing relationship with since they came on the scene. They found me or I found them. I don't remember how it was, but once we found each other, it was a love affair for real. I'm talking about Orientica Perfumes. This is Amber Rouge from the luxury collection. The bottles are so beautiful. Every single one from this collection is an experience. Amber Rouge has been compared to Baccarat Rouge 540, and that's a pretty accurate interpretation of Baccarat Rouge 540, if I'm being honest. Of course, if you can see, I'm all the way down here. So I've really used this fragrance, and I'm not someone who makes major dents in fragrances, because if I make a significant dent in a fragrance, it means that I'm really loving it. It means that I'm really reaching for that fragrance. This one is of course one of the very first ones I was introduced to. This one is airy. It smells amazing. It gets you lots of compliments. It's a recognized scent because I guess there are just so many versions of it, but I don't get tired of this scent, by the way. But an excellent option. And I don't own Baccarat Rouge 540. I've had 1,000,001 samples. I never took the plunge, but I don't need to because I feel like this gives me that, you know? If you like jasmine and orange, you like saffron, which is key in this fragrance, praline as well, mixed with some other notes like amber and oak moss, I get more of that airy quality to it. It is sweet, of course. I just feel like it's such an excellent blend, an excellent job by the brand. They really did their thing. They really killed it with the packaging. They always do such a good job. And from the luxury collection, there are so many great options, and they have the luxury exclusive collection as well. Amazing fragrances, and I highly recommend checking this one out. Next up is a fragrance I talked about here on YouTube. I will insert the video for you guys. I feel like it also took off a lot on TikTok. The reason for this is that this one is so beautiful, so feminine, so sophisticated, and I would say a very close cousin, maybe sister of Valaya by Parfum de Marly. I'm talking about Mystique Bouquet by Afnan. Middle Eastern packaging never disappoints. They bring their A game to the table. This is a fragrance I would buy for someone who's very classy, very sophisticated, always well put together. And when I put it, that's the state of mind it puts me in. Just put together and pretty. This I would wear to a wedding. I would wear this to a beautiful floral bridal party. If you're talking about Arabian perfumes, there are so many on the market. I just think you have to include Mystique Bouquet because she's that girl. This has a beautiful citrus and fruity top. You have lychee, you have peach, mandarin, and bergamot. But the blend here is very balanced. Nothing really overpowers each other. There's a touch of sweetness, but not too much. It's very level, very kind of mid-range when it comes to the intensity. In the heart, you have peony and orange blossom. They also list vetiver. I don't detect it here. This is very soft, again, very feminine. I don't get that vetiver. And in the base, we get a beautiful musk dry down mixed with ambroxan, which I feel like gives it that airiness, that airy quality that it has. Very light. Love the sprayer, by the way. You get a burst of everything. I would say the musk stands out a lot. Some of the fruity citrus blend and some of the floral notes. Just a great fragrance overall. The longevity on this is quite impressive, which I'm here for. This is again under $50 thereabout, and it performs so well. If you wanted a fragrance that just basically oozes femininity and sophistication, I recommend this one. It's so beautiful. Karus Secret Musk, and this comes from Cadlage. This fragrance can be paired with other fragrances. It can be one by itself. Either way, it's going to make an absolute statement. This is a powerhouse, y'all, for real. So this one is classified as unisex. The performance on this is just absolutely incredible. This one has fruits and saffron. I do feel like I detect the saffron here. It is strong, but not offensive. It could be for some people. It just depends on your taste, you know? So that is why I always recommend kind of testing fragrances out before committing to the purchase, if you can. But if you like the notes, sometimes you can take the plunge based on the scent profile, the composition. There is also tonka bean chocolate and rose. I don't smell the chocolate at all. And then we have a very interesting base mixed with musk and ambergris, etc. So it is basically an amber floral fragrance, but super potent. Recently, I mixed it with, what did I mix this with? And it was such an amazing combination. I had to hop on Instagram to talk about it. I paired this with Instant Crush by Mancera. I smelled great for the entire day. the entire day. It's a fragrance that will make people ask what you're wearing. It is just very magnetic. It is super powerful, y'all. Amazing sillage. It definitely leaves a trail. And again, performance is a 10 out of 10 for sure. So if you like fragrances that fit that scent profile, I highly suggest checking this one out. A lot of the fragrances I mentioned today have a lot of notes in common. We have a lot of saffron going on. We have vanilla and musk. I guess I have a common theme, but again, I've been loving this one. I've used it quite a bit actually, and I do enjoy it a lot. So again, this one is Secret Musk by Kalash. So these are the 5 fragrances I wanted to talk about today. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you as always for watching, and I will be seeing you guys very soon. Bye-bye.